Big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. More fire. Big up once more, big up once more. Good morning, Salon. Good morning, Africa. Good morning to the world. Anyway, let's put on my glasses first, you know. Let's get serious. Big up to that once more this morning. I hope so you get your coffee. I hope so you get your early morning coffee. You know, it needed. More knowledge, more power. For empower Africa, and some of you will make up a responsibility. You know? So some things in it though they can't discuss or they can't church. Well, I believe so most of the talking talk we can say, now the white man I make. Now the white man I make. All time the white man I make. Whenever they praise we own people and say now the black man I make. Well, I'll pull back these glasses. I don't tell whether they beat you with them things there. Creates confusion there among we. You know, we were great past them. You know? So the white man in greatest weapon, we come to the Africans them, not confusion. They go make sure say it creates confusion among the midst of the Africans them. Once confusion they bound for be chaos. Always remember that the white man in greatest weapon. Because things in the world for no, we don't know what make we know. Things in the world to achieve, what today then they in denial, the no answer the world become globalized or understanding things there. Because they want still the name for attached to them, say the white man I make. And then creative, and they invent. And then they do. You know? But when it comes to the reality sense of things, not to them. Then just take the claim. Then they claim that they make. You know? But not to them make. Then don't take the ownership sin and then get. But not to them make. Don't take the patent right for say, now they own this tier now. But not to the maker, no. Not to the maker. Then after that, we will discuss also the African president's term, whether they tolerate or encourage the white people there. And this they go on right now. Presidents and there, when they tolerate or encourage, then Westerners there or the Europeans there. We're totally they against the policies there and the laws there, or even the attitude or characters there, that a bad towards Africa. We'll discuss all this. So if you're a student, take your pen and paper and take notes then down. Because maybe some things that we don't believe in a black man, invent them or create them. I know we're able to pinpoint all thing, but some important things there, we'll identify them today, this morning. You know? How we going to start this first and foremost? We're going to tackle this homosexuality business with the inside salon. I've been listening to the news this morning. We get about at least 20,000 gay people inside salon. Now, bad number than the Tuboku. We don't even want 5,000 or even 1,000 gay people inside salon. We get 20,000 gay people and we get 5,000 transsexual them inside salon. So we can round them up to 5% gay people from the whole population. Or we can even say 7 to 10%. Now, Boku percentage than they, if we get at least 10 million people inside salon, then we can get 5% of gay. Boku. We're not even tolerate 1% safe. You know? Now I make it important so they can discuss more about them presidents there. And so far, the Colonco them back, they feel like they discriminate against the inside salon. Well, I want beg all Sierra Leoneans there, when I stop for discriminate against Colonco. Not we discriminate against the homosexuals there. Then they are going to understand. But, that woman way they go Colonco, as long as illegal, if not that thing you want to do, not discriminate, just advise and guide them. Create or, provide the preventive methods to them for make sure they don't go past any infections to them. Now that's important too. But when it comes to homosexuality, we're not for tolerating in this country. When it comes to gay business, we don't want it at all. So I will continue to reinforce on and talk there until it comes to reality one day. I'm not going to stop for talk about any gay issues there. Because now around. Now the other confusion, this one they want to face inside Africa. They don't confuse me so much that they want to turn you to a batty boy for confuse you more. And then weapon on it. They're not already confused. And I go tell them, I said, them be confused before they take we in Africa and carry going to the United States or Europe. And while we don't left in the back, within here, they're still confused. Then pull in here, they may live a barbarian life. And people that they not be civilized for nothing. Now we go make them civilized with the Africans and go overseas. Now we go civilize them. So anytime what they want cost you say you're not civilized, tell them, would that create some things there now? What you they use? What you think in America? That you can't tell we say we're not civilized. And that's make I create this episode this morning. Anytime what white man want beat you about civilization, tell them things about they can't tell you this morning. Or their inventions there. Then go begin to learn for 6 months. Now we go with the African leaders then first. The one there, when they tolerate the American man, they will go talk of the inventions. The one there, when they encourage this LGBT business inside the country, this gay business, they never encourage it inside the country. They never promote it inside the country. No one wants it inside the country. And they know that the white man in sickness, now they want to pour inside Africa. We don't want it inside the countries there. We go start with Ghana. President Nana Addo, I'm not able to pronounce the last name. Dankwa, forgive me or pardon me, my apology for pronouncing this man's last name wrongly, But Ghana then president totally not they see yai and yai or yai to yai with the Americans still or the Europeans still. And they tolerate them. And they even encourage them. And in totally they are against this LGBT business. Now the opposition. Totally opposition. It said it is not a priority for Ghanaians people. This gay business. Not so a priority for the Ghanaian people. Homosexuality will never be legal under his presidency. Homosexuality no will ever be legal inside your tenure, inside your presidency. Now Ghana, with the talk of current. So if we get any African country or any African president right now where they support this LGBT business, ain't not there with the Pan-African movement. If Salone encourage the nonsense there, we're not there with the Pan-African movement. We for stood up, boot up with the Pan-African movement. And Ghana aligned to the Pan-African movement. Let me continue. And it states that they still uphold the African culture. Now make them go encourage this LGBT business inside Ghana. Because they uphold the African culture. Man for be man. Woman for be woman. Pekin for be Pekin. Students not students. We don't know you and can change the dynamics there. We want can teach we what's in our values. Where we get presidents, we're ready for tame the American money. Where it comes to values. We will get there. We now know we continue. The next president, DRC Congo. Mr. Felix, his last name again he asked for pronounce. But Felix not his first name. DRC, the Democratic of Congo Republic. In back, the challenge what they call France. They demand a recalibration of the powers or power dynamics. For recalibrate them powers or the power weight dynamics. Recalibration. For reput or reformat something. Let's go to what we think say it ought to be. Not to what you think say una want time for be. So they need for recalibrate, the power dynamics where it can to power flow. Not to una no more for become powerful. We powerful in Africa now. Not to una no more deserve respect. We deserve no respect. The same way our una want become sovereignty over our own countries them. And the same sovereignty we want now we own countries them. Now this we they try for states. For recalibrate, power or power dynamics. This are the presidents of DRC. They challenge France them. And also the Europeans them. They said they need to recognize the continent this African continent, as an autonomy. The need for recognize this African continent as autonomous, as really independent, autonomous, independent continent. We not depend by the Europeans or the Americans. They need for recognize this African continent as an autonomous or as an autonomic, continent. Left will be independent, and that's what they try to see. Left will we do we own things still. We don't want to know opinions them. We don't need enough about stress into we own business them. Tell me what's in right or what's in wrong, what to for do, what to not for do. Just stay the fuck away. And that's what we want them for do. Stay the fuck away. Go do not get business inside Europe or inside America. Not face and Canada. And this what they say. Let me continue to the next. South Africa, the MP, the member of parliament or the prime minister or MP or whatsoever, but now the minister of international relations and cooperation. The woman name na Naledi, pardon. I'm able to pronounce the names they are properly. No, so we can't be African names them. They're difficult. But anyway, so Naledi, pardon. What's the instate? Anyway, I don't watch this woman talk. Like intellectual. Very smart. Very smart. You can tell yourself this woman since the Genesis, and now one day, like what some people can bow to the white man or feel like say the white man more superior. This woman I can tell say, and now one day feel like say the white people are superior than her. Because I can see the cockiness inside. And in belief say, he more superior or equal to the white man. And I saw all man fulfill, all Africans still. So this woman here inside South Africa, he said, what in the Europeans they need for do? An inclusive and fair international system. Now this they need for begin to do or cultivate. But all the time when they come, they want poor, the nonsense power. So all them people there, all them presidents there, all them ministers there, what would they discuss so? They did on the facts currently we come to Pan-Africa movement. The independency of Africa. So any demand say we need to get an inclusive and fair international system. The international rules say what the American man they make. And not useful to we. The only they create what's in it fits to their own agendas them. But what's in it fits to their agenda is not important. So all this now some type of a discrimination what this woman they vouch against. They vouch against. They voice out against. Now the presidents or the ministers and not the set motto. Pass the big full one there, we want power or we anxious for power. And then go set motto and still become a puppet. But the one they don't tire for being puppets under the white man eyes them. Then they voice out, then they talk. No not care if they pull power in their hand, but they go more speak their minds them. Now the new African leaders than this. They speak their minds. Then they be mumu again for please the white man. I hope so inside salon we know they for that. I hope so we know they for that so we need for join this Pan-African movement. But boy business for get her out of this country. Get rid of her. Get rid of her. Don't be no poverty here, but we don't want that kind of disease. But we don't continue. On to the next. I like this junta here. Mali and junta. Big up to that. I like this junta. I not be like them before. But it don't begin to buck up. It don't begin to buck up small. With junta there, it's Alexander there. They go take power, but then they go for go kill. Look Mohamed Doumbouya. Doumbouya, a cool inside Guinea. Then junta there, they don't pick sense. But we still not let the process for overthrow government. We not let that process stay. We not let it continue. Mali and junta, Colonel Assimi Golea, something like that, the interim president. Well, it asked the media outlets, or it already asked France 24, RFI, for come out of in country. It drove them. He also don't drive or order the France military for left in country. He don't drive them. The African president said, oh, then John Tade, I want to excuse me, here to get watery. They're not come for play. He drove them inside 2022. All France and personnel so we come to the military. He pull all come in country. He pull all. And it address this terrorism business where they take place around in country. Around Mali. Then challenges there. You know? And in belief say, actions speak louder than words. How France then just dip about talk. Then talk say they go stop them terrorist activities there inside Mali. But the more things the worst inside Mali. Now the more the chaos just be the worst inside Mali. So this guy, he don't see, he don't look left, right. He say, now come on to my country. If I'm not like self, now only the first kind of terrorists there, for can create small problems there inside Mali. It drove them all. Now let me continue. On to the next. The president of Namibia. Most of the Africans, or with the Africans, they're not the area of this country here. Namibia. If they ask yourself today, say, who side Namibia there, you don't even know. But now the south parts of Africa, you know, they're around South Africa area. When they place this, who side the Germans them, go colonize. And there's no one left up to now. They're the Tawari. The same way how the Europeans are the Tawa inside South Africa, Namibia, I saw the Germans and the Tawa for steady. When you go certain parts inside Namibia, you go think say now inside Germany. They cannot look like Africa. You know? They really want to take over this place here. But the people not agree. The way some other people they live up to now, like say then in the 80s. The only side who side upgrade or modernize, now who side the whites then. Who side the blacks then they need to improve it, they need to develop it, they not too care. Then when one can stay now we countries them. Then people are don't tower. Then people are need to encourage themselves. Where for that matter, conflicts really they take place inside Namibia. And the Germans they don't become feared or panic. Because the more Germans them, what's in the Namibian people are not beginning to do? Well, they encourage now the Chinese money. Now they get more Chinese money inside Namibia than the Germans them. For the Germans, and this is now one of threat. Now problem for them. Because since the Namibian people are not be able to drive them for come out, well, then first can the Chinese money. So now the Chinese money don't go occupy the land. This therefore make the German people there left commodity one day. Because them back there complain say the Chinese them now 4 times the amount than the Germans them. Let me say congratulations to Namibians them. Let me congratulate them for that. If we not able to beat them, pull them by force, no face come another tribe or culture, yeah? No face can the Chinese money. So now that's Namibia they do. You know, more Chinese money and then want less of the Germans. But the Germans say no one left. Now let me continue. And then totally they against this LGBT business. This homosexual business. Then presidents again, now Haji Geingob. I mean Geingob. I'm able to pronounce their last names there, you know, but in first name with the Hage. You know, Haj or Haj whatsoever. Let me continue. Namibia, around South Africa. If you don't want to know and today, do research, learn about this country here, you know, another desert country. If you not think say desert something in South Africa, we're going to more South Africa, you will see beaucoup desert. We're not going to talk of the north now. You know? Somebody posted a comment yesterday say, damn, the North Africans them not belong to we. Well, they not belong to we. We don't go back inside Europe. Let me go take over the north, yeah? Let me go take over the north. Because they belong to we. Before they become white, we all not be black. You know? We begin to become more lighter. As we migrate, also become more lighter. So never forget that. If you don't understand history, that's not the way white will not come up from black. Or that's not the way light will not come up from the dark. Understand that. Well, now, let me continue on to the next. Namibia then say, Respect us, the Africans. I know more than they ask for. Give me respect to the respect to me want to. We know nothing but R-E-S-P-C-T, R-E-S-P-C. Now you know what we want. Log on to the next. Log on to the next. When the banner man padol, now they can call soon now. This in the no one saying banner. You know. Julius Malema inside South Africa. In banner past banner. The white man, they know say this man ain't not like white man safe. But I just know I'm talking. Ain't not like white man. Malema. Malema ain't ready for fets for the entire Africa. Malema ready for snap at the front line for fets for the entire Africa. Not just for South Africa. Oh. Ain't ready for fets for the entire Africa. If he comes to Malema self, no white man in the day inside South Africa or inside Africa. Yeah. But choice or way not it. You know, nine are the presidents of the Economic Freedom Fighter, EFF, inside South Africa. Now a freedom fighter. The entire world know this man as a freedom fighter. And they respect him majorly inside South Africa and the world globally. When I need for you to understand that. He say the African nations they needs to forge their own alliance. Even if it defile the Westerners or the Europeans, then rules or laws them. We need for put together we own alliance with the Africans them. Because if we don't put we alliance them together, one day then barbarians say I go come back for can conquer or colonize we. So we need for put together we alliance them. Now in this man they talk, and they think of today, they think of tomorrow. And they think of the bout, the upcoming war, World War III. You know, who that they want to control the world? Now whose race figure for control the world? What I mean whose race? Now whose color? Now white man, now black man, now Chinese man, now Hispanic. Now whose race figure for control the world? When I need for to think then things there. It's very competitive globally. So he also say if he gets or if he not be the president inside South Africa, and for me even supply Russia with more arms them for feds need to. Because he wants to play Russia, feds need to. If let's say Russia gets chance for conquer need to. But Russia need help. No matter if Russia gets chance, but they need help. So if he not be president inside South Africa, if I be give Russia all the ammunition then possible, for go feds need to. I like this guy. I like this guy. Tell Alex, say, what the time reach? He got for call me. He got for call me. He got for look for all the real, you know, patriotic Africans there. He say, Tasmo, I'm a frontline man this. I'm a frontline soldier this. But when they go inside Europe, when they go. When they go fetch inside Europe, when they go fetch Sima. They talking about Kalokalo. They talking about Kalokalo. Where they can say some more man they can die, go and come back. But they not remember self say they be used to exist too. I feel like say the time when they be the wicked and conquer the Africans, then Tasmo be there. I guess cause them for settle. I don't come back. I guess cause them for settle. I don't come back. You know, I don't remember all you know. But I know say something with it. When I know we continue, we begin to talk of them divine attributes, I go confuse some. You know? So when I know we continue. Julius Malema, I salute you, brah. I mean, are you man? You know, what the time reach? You know? I mean, are you man? Malema. The next one, where Onano Kenya, the president. Williams Ruto, him back another impressive guy. Ruto don't really create some unprecedented, you know, actions still. Based on certain summits where involved pa. They voice out. They voice out. It's like this man don't tire of the use or the abuse what the Europeans or the Americans they abuse with. Ruto don't tire. What he tire with? He say about any time what summits there, now the States, whether in America or Europe, Then we just get all the 54 African presidents invite them. Paupa don't for go. It's not disrespect to we sovereignty. When they invite we all follow in a plane, take off, go for the stupid summit. You know? Say this no fear to we. Then when we reach the back and the summit, if we not take time, the president say, now inside big boss, they put them for Kenyan go side they need for go. Then they load all the presidents inside one green boss. You know, and Kenyan go side they're supposed to go. Now big disrespect this also president say. Then they molest themselves where they can go out. But then summits there. This man don't tire with saying things there. You know, now when they try for talk, don't tire. He said if he can't pack him, we will create an envoy where will represent Africa as a whole. But we don't need to go to the left for business there, go sit on a plane, for go to the stupid summits there. They won't reach the back, any two ask them for, they need to do it. Now what did they tell me now for do? You know? The man there don't tire. They don't tire, yeah? Ruto don't tire. Well, the other one, we don't know Kagame, Paul Kagame. Rwanda the president. We don't need to discuss about Kagame. We don't know say, but economics for the nasty. That's what we put on. But the Europeans, the nasty. Economics. You know? President Kagame. Fearlessly they challenge the Westerners. Fearlessly. That's what we put on. And it don't become the beacon of hope where count for this Pan-Africanist movement or proud Africans still. It don't become a beacon of hope. You know, this man don't create hope for Boko African presidents or African people. You know, where we revolve around this Pan-African movement. So this man is a Pan-Africanist. You know, and it not going to change. It not going to change. Now let me continue. The last one, now my best man, I don't need to talk about him lately for the past 2, 3, 4 weeks. Mussolini! Uganda the president. And it's what's called self-gay business. Now me and they see the same side. And just it's gay business totally. 2023, this year, I don't sign up. I don't sign up. The policies, the laws, then the legislations, them, I don't sign up. And I want nothing in the country. None of this sickness. Mussolini. Big up to that. Big up to that. So far, now the African presidents in this, we know they encourage or tolerate anything what the Westerners they want to impose for the Africans. But that they tell us, I can't go back to our people. We know one mix. We know one mix. Now, let me touch another important and a vital one. And we'll go round this up quickly. But, why I say quickly, we're not going to rush either, because I want Una for land and pick up something out of the messages there. So, we just don't go and say, now black man, I make this. We go elaborate small, you know? We go elaborate small. So now, let me start with some black inventions there. Black inventions there. When they grumble, say salon, we don't get traffic lights there. We don't get traffic lights in a salon. Most African countries do not get traffic lights there. But this traffic lights thing here, now black man I invent them inside America. You know? I invent them. The first traffic light, now be a traffic signal, now be a signboard, you know? But the guy who gets away how he creates them, the person where they control traffic, and gets the rope stem or the things stem where they move, for tell who that for go, who that for stop, etc., etc. You know? Then just a modernizer now. You know? But the first person where creates them, a name now Garrett Morgan, with the Morgan or Morgan, with the Garrett, Garrett. You know, Garrett Morgan. It creates this invention around 1922. Now, an African American, a businessman. Also, he received this the patent, the license, the copyright in 1923. But look at the funny thing. 1923. Those days, $40,000, now big money. Because when he don't make this invention, when he don't create this invention, he don't copyright it, he don't get the ownership or the licensing on the invention, you know. So nobody know who capitalize spam. he end up for sell his invention to the government for $40,000. Only $40,000. 1922. Well, they like today, the American man, they make serious money out of them traffic lights there. Bomba money. If sense for be there, that man not for be ever seller to the white man or to the white man hand. You know, anybody will want to use her for still they pay to in or in company or in family members, we will continue for own the ownership. You know, or move the ownership to be the African step. If sense be there, then sending it. You know, but the white man buy, you know, the patent, you know, the ownership, the copyright. You know, and he sell them for $40,000. So we working complaints say we not get traffic lights there. Not ever forget say a black man ain't create the first traffic signal. Never forget that. When it comes to home security systems, they also a black woman ain't create them. Sometimes when they say, you know, when you invent something, you go invent something, they don't begin to use them, the other person can modernize them. But it don't mean say what they modernize them, and then create them, because then thief the idea from you. Now you are the starter, now you are the founder. So now let's continue. Inside 1960s, this Umaya, since he always say now host by himself, a man to go walk, you know, and the area outside be there, crime be heavy. The woman named Mary Brown. Mary Brown. So it feel the need for create something. Because the area outside the crime be so heavy that you know you need to put camera in the mouth, you know, for to observe things them, just in case. Now it creates this idea how they talk of home security system. You know, it begin to connect camera in the mouth, so in TV in room, you know, it begin to put microphones there in the mouth. So you know we need for grab, at least it could just press button, it talks to the person, you know, without moving. It creates all them concepts there, but now they don't modernize them. But Mary Brown, now in creates the inventions there. You know, home security system in the 1960s. You also get a patent, you know, in copyright license for that. You know, let me continue on to the next. Then folding bed them, then bed the waking fold. Then bed the waking fold. You know, now you see chair all the fold. Well, now black man also now creates that concept. Folding bed. You know, Goodings and all rights in first name proper. But I believe in Sarah Goodings. Sarah Goodings now creates what we call a folding bed. You know, and this is a famous invention. You know, it creates a maximum comfort, also help for safe space. Well, certain area in the day, outside this woman believe, I guess if you feel the need for create what we call a folding bed. You know, because the apartments there in certain area there be too small. And they're not getting enough space. You know, and I believe this will happen. I don't know if it's Philadelphia per se. You know, but once I find out who states this will happen. But this woman see the need for create this folding bed, for create space, because the apartments here, it don't be too spacious. You know? So if you get your bed, your chair, your TV, etc., you pick in 1, 2, 3 different rooms, the apartments are not getting enough space. So there be need for create something where go allow them for get space. Now they own apartment. So invent what they call a folding bed. You know, folding bed. You know, now black person, now in create them. Cabinets there where they turn or look like say they turn them to decks. One of cabinets you turn them to decks. Okay, they fold on quick. You know? Now black person, now in create them. The next one, then protective mailbox there. Inside the United States. Now you don't get your buy again. You don't need for going to the post office if you don't want to go there. You can just come on at the remote, you put the mail, now the post box where they all over the United States. You know, rain no go inside and soak the letter, the snow no go get the letter wet. It's secure and safe, the mailbox there. Well, in those days, in the 1891, people can be used for waka and go to the post office. So man, they come off far distance for kind of the post office. Well, now a black man ain't created this idea also. Philip B. Downing. He received a patent license in October 27, 1891. Well, Tasmo born October 27, 1983. So this date here, October 27, they make a smile. Now this man gets in patent license, 1891. You know, then creates them box there for puts now all of many different areas there. So people then go stop for rush, for Yagba, for going to post office. You know, a black man by the name of Philip B. Downing. Now he creates that. Then the white man go tell you, say, it more civilized past you. Now we go there, now we go add to the civilization. Anytime white man tell you, say, in civilized past you, slap her for me. Now like no slap her, don't go na jail. Just cuss her no more. Get mommy cuss. Mommy cuss. Mommy cuss you for girl. Not slap her no. So, them mailbox there, now black man. On to the next. Their blood bank there. Their blood bank. What's in a blood bank? You go to hospital, you see doctors and people that can go donate blood. But they need something for storing blood there. So it not go spoil. Now what they call blood bank. Where they store blood, you know, just in case person go need them. Well, during World War II, Boku people and need blood. Because Boku people and die. Whether or not through the war or just a medical need in a hospital, people and need blood. You know? Well, then they do not get any measured, you know, idea how to process and store what we call plasma or blood. No better idea no be there. But the black man come up with this idea. Then they say with the black man will not get sense. The black man come up with this idea. It creates a blood bank. A blood bank. What in the white man be used for in those days? Will not be the last long. Now per bottle then they be used for put them blood in them power for transport. By the time they reach with the blood, it don't get infections them. It don't spoil. You know able use again. You know, if I be active. Well, the black man is study, doing research, he creates, and now they use her all over the world. Blood banks. Now any hospital you go, you can go donate your blood. You can donate them and they get where out in a storm where you no go spoil. Now because of black man, now we create some concepts there. Never forget that. Blood bank. On to the next. Then refrigerated trucks there. Refrigerated trucks them. Trucks them we get refrigerators them. You know? Like you go want transport something. You know, goods them. When people say if you transport them for 2-3 days, it go spoil. Because it need for the some outside cool. You know? Some foods them. Even some medicines them. Some medicines them also. When they transport some medicines there, you need a cool system. So then refrigerated trucks there. The concept also, you know, made by a black man. You know, a black man. And his name was Frederick Mackenzie Jones. Frederick Mackenzie Jones. You know, now he creates this concept here. A portable cooling system added to a truck. A portable cooling system added to truck. You know, for transportation purposes. So you not go spoil. So if today they do commerce, things that they migrate from one country to another country, and things that they spoil, food, medicine, well, without for tell thank you to a black man. Because the white man not get the sense for creating creations there. Then he full pass full. Now all don't civilize and on, then things that they better pass sweet. Then goats there. You know? And now we continue. Then goats there, and get boku atrocities there for pay for. Then sins and the boku. And if Allah say, we start for all them people are accountable. For many start for pay for the sins then. Now this dunya here, one no go left. We just go for oversight no more. But if Allah give you the power, he said, judge them people here. Make them pay for all the sins that they don't commit. One no go left. Now let me continue. Then automatic elevator doors there. Them. Even the elevator self now where they use for go up the high-rise building them. I see them days there, Malik Ba, you never cause trouble at the media, Malik. Malik, you get problem. Malik say, man, they can't suffer for go the waka for which na the 9th floor of UE building. Now Freetown. UE building, it gets elevator. But since 1983, in elevator, maybe now once in per year, they move go up. Where you want to go up UE building ready for waka, yeah? You craft and go strong. Anyway, elevator na black man and creator. Then automatic doors the way they open so that black man and creator. Around October 11th, 1887, the gentleman named Alexandra Miles, now a businessman also. He also received a patent, in license. That's not the owner, not the creator. Them big full white man, what them use for creating your elevator there? Now, ropo, me brother. Safety nets no be there, no safety precautionary steps no be there. What I rope they cut, now die in council. Them white man they be so full. Why say full? I mean full past full. The black man ain't gonna create what they call elevators. Then if the rope safe now or the string safe now it cuts, it gets where what it a grip in the hole and then they don't go down. Then gets away where they create this tear. I don't know how to explain that. But why says the white man not gets or they not be get? Now all we sense so don't go pop at them. Then they use cost we back so today. Say we're not Africans there. We're not civilized. Life. Dunya. Dunya. Let me get say for know your history not to cost. When you know yourself not to cost, nobody can cost you. Because you know yourself. But we the Africans we don't know ourselves. So now make it say they cost we. All the good things that we don't create, some of we don't know. Now make it say they cost we. We don't know how valuable we are. And when you don't know your value, person will use you and abuse you. Until you got to realize your value. Then they go stop for use and abuse you. Now, let me continue. So never forget the elevators them. A black man. Super soccer system. Super soccer system. Well, you go say what's a super soccer system. Well, now a toy gun. A toy gun. Pardon me, excuse me. A toy gun. Made around 1982. Excuse me once more. Excuse me, I need for speech. Excuse me. Welcome back. Then super sockers there, made by Lonnie Johnson around 1982. This guy is an aerospace engineer. He work for NASA. Well, now a water gun will become very famous in the 80s, 90s, etc., etc. But still up to now, it's famous because people in the play with them. It's still a sell. You put enough water there, when you shoot to yourself. Black man ain't creator. And this guy, they work for NASA. They be trying to do experimentation, for refrigerators there. But it end up for play around, create what they call a super soaker. Then eventually become famous. They go to the market and people then buy and they make money out of it. And so we go put on. People then buy and they make money out of it. The other one, since the later we say when a bush we use for toilets. Now bush we use for toilets. Now lifter we use for waste and woods. Well, now would that create that tissue holder? The tissue holder where you get in a toilet, where you go use for take your tissue, you wipe your waist or your backside. The white man not be making it not be creating but a black man ain't go creating inside the Americans. Black man ain't creating tissue holder. Mary Beatrice Davidson. Here in sister, now they make up. Mary Beatrice Davidson Cannon. Now in last name now the Cannon. Mary Beatrice Davidson Cannon with in sister. Now they make this tier. Now they own the patent or the patent rights. We come to this product, a tissue holder. Then the white man tell you say, we munku will not civilize. But now we make anything there for them. We munku will not civilize. You know, and they make this tea around 1970. Around 1970. Peanut butter. Then peanut butter they own they eat so now. You know, we don't become a brand. You know, not to the granite again it for charm, but we get peanut butter inside the can itself. You know, more better. Well, the man will discover about 300 different ingredients them out of granules. Now, Mr. George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver. But just granite. It says about granite, and they able to pull 300 things them. But just this one grain granite. 300 different varieties them. But just this one grain granite. Now, black man ain't discover them. So now, if we get cooking oil from granite, a black man ain't discover them. You know, grease from granite, black man ain't discover. All things what in they sell give me now, based on peanut butter, a black man. Now let me continue. Then laser Pacho, I'm unable to pronounce that proper. Laser Pacho with the P-H-A-C-O. Laser Pacho. Now some type of a surgery we deal with the eyes them. Some people will get cataracts them. In those days, for remove cataracts and for people that eyes them, it be tough. And people that can be used for go blind quickly. So man cataract don't see on an eye, but it say it all, it don't blind. You know? So the pathway creates then laser machines there for clean the eye so person don't go blind. Now a black woman, you know, a black woman, Dr. Patricia, you know, Patricia Bath, now a name dandy, you know, ophthalmologist, an ophthalmologist. Now it creates then laser things there for make sure say they're able for work on people and eyesight them. Because they be used for use, you know, machines them, what they call grinders them. Now grinders they be used for use for clean the eye them. But then grinders and they also be they create more disaster anyway. So this Umaya, Patricia Bath, now creates this here, now received the patent right around 1985, you know, and in belief say all man get the right to sight. All man gets the right to sight. So if today doctors and they use laser for clean person eye, or they use laser for do surgeries them, laser for cut person in skin, laser for do, you know, whatsoever. Now black person, then starts this invention here. For use laser. Then go and say, a black man, I mean a white man, excuse me. All thing a white man. But not lie, oh. Not lie. Not all thing a white man. Not how they continue. Then automatic gear shifts there. Where they drive motor car today. Now you able go gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, gear 5. Then they creates back the automatic young. A black man and creator. The automatic. And the gentleman name now Richard Spikes. Richard Spikes. The automatic transmission for cars. You know, then creator. It transformed the transportation industry forever. This man here. It transformed this transportation industry forever. You know, because it keep the gear constant from different speed. Where you go gear 1, a constant on that speedy. Gear 2, a constant on that speedy. You know? And also, it get more power for claim heals them. 1, 2, and 3. So, you know, and make sure say each gear constant on what in them put on for do. You know? What in they make on for do. Constant. So, know that they say na black man. We can talk say black man don't make motor car, but all the ideas for make motor car now we add on. Now we add on, then just not make something so no more. Even we can to planes them, excuse me, pardon me, but we go reach the land of bits grown. You know? So this guy, around 1932, he received in patent license. You know, we can to automatic gear shift. Black man, Richard Spikes. They research. You go see him there. Then dust pan there. Now it's easy forget that dirty. You know, you're not going to use your hand or whatsoever. Now you smart, you just dustpan, or whatsoever. You know, the concept again, are black. Not white man, no. The concept, not black. Now, T. McNeil, now he creates that concept today, you know, around 1858, you know, and he improved. Mr. Lloyd P. also improved the concept around 1897, you know, he began getting those spanner, handle, etc., etc. So now black people invent this invention here. Know that. Also, when I go think golf now white man game, but you know the gold tee we camp a golf, or you know the tee where they can use for puts the ball, for they able knock the ball, for they go to the hole who say you want some for go. Well, in those days the white man used for create what we call dirty. Go use taking hand, he make dirty, pile and fine, he puts the ball on top for knock the ball for go far. You know, the black man look at he say now too dirty. Now dirty much man in this. I'll say he play with dirty for knock the ball. So the black man creates what we call, you know, a tee. He use a wooden watch himself. Usana you go put the sticks on the ground, you put the ball on top, so the white man go knock the ball, so he go far. Now we improve the game system. Mrs. Yvonne Smith, no smile at the reality this, my sister. I don't tell them more or less we. So we Africans, I need to know that we the Africans, we also inventive and creative. If we not talk, then talk there. Even the young one, they go to come up, they always go to talk, say that the white man I make. Even me, sometimes I always can talk subaku. At times I can pass on me information. Also I can talk, say the white man I make. But some things, and they not to the white man make. So we need for pass the knowledge there. You know? We need for pass the knowledge there. So the white man, by dirty we use for make, we don't go make for them wood. We don't go put some ball power and knock. Now we continue here. Then launch sprinklers there. Now they see them launch sprinklers them. Where you put a launch sprinkler, it is sensing the water outside. You know? Outside. Outside they get water. You don't want man on it for work again for going water outside you. Just put some of them lawn, you know, sprinklers there. Well, a black man creates the inventions there. You know, lawn sprinklers. Joseph H. Smith. Now creates and received in patent license, you know, around 1897. You know, the water be spray in two different directions. Now they don't modernize them. Now the water go spray, you know, 360 degrees. That's what go put on. Any angle where you want them, the water go go. You know, but this man now starts them. Also, there are modern toilets there. Modern can you go America, he say, look the white man in toilet, they modernize. It's not white man idea. Not lie, not black man idea. The white man may not be know what's not modernized toilet. That's what the black man creates them. You know, Thomas Elkins. Now he creates all the amenities them way for the inside toilet. The mirror, your rack, you stand, you closet, you drawer, the easy chair, your table, your chamber seats. All them things there, a black man ain't create them. Have toilet for look inside, for they become comfortable. Not a white man, oh. You know? Then things say they civilized past week. But a black man ain't make them things there. So when I need to know that, we go down gist now. You know? They're wrangling maps them. Where they map now for map. They map them. You go just things in a simple idea. But it gets a patent license. A money making. MOP 1893. Thomas W. Stewart. Now he creates for make the work easy. Because the boy work there be too pass smart for the black them. Now we be the all the boy work them. So for let things become more easier, this man is sit down, he see a need for create this tier. All take Butu for prep the ground. All take get back pain. Some I don't tire for Butu. It creates them up. This reversible strollers them. If you not Kumra, you know what's in a stroller. Because you more than at the diaspora, you need to put you picking a stroller for waka, for going inside the mall, shopping centers, them, etc., etc. Well, the first stroller, a white man starts the concept too. But that stroller, they not be get any sense, pan. One sense. You know, Where you want turn self the stroll and a walk. Where you want reverse self and a walk. You know, all things a walk. When are the black man can inside? W.H. Richardson. Now he creates this baby carriage or stroller. You know, around 1773. Around 1773, the white man, 90 kilo. Around 1889, now any black man can pull on a hand. He say, you young creation and nonsense. You don't get one sense, you too fool. You fool if a smack by you. You know? If one beat him, but if Fred say, this now white man, we can't beat him back and kill him. You know? If one beats up and fool. So June 18th, 1889, Richardson, he creates a new stroller. And this stroller here now, they smap one place, they turn us 360 degrees, and they turn quick. So if we get some out here back, where they turn 360 degrees, quick. All the ideas there are from black man, you know, from black man. You know, strollers them, where they turn 360 degrees. We're going to make the Pekin facing the other way or facing you. It make things become more pleasant for the camera and for the Pekin. Now, black man ain't creator. Not ever forget that. Richardson, W.H. Richardson, ain't creator. You know, now let me continue. Them biscuits cutter them. So they, what the black or what the white man, they make them business or them ceremony there, or they get together there. You know, what they can cake them. The cake them and the hand they use for fold them. You know, for shape them. You know, if not a art design they want create, now the hand they use for designer. You know, if not a circle, now the hand they use for create that circle. Well, the biscuit cutter created by A.P. Ashburn around 1863. You know, A.P. Ashburn. You know, you go think it's a common idea. But when always when they create things that with your hand, the thing in shape always is awkward, and not shape fine, and not they look fine. So this man, now he take metal them. He make one round. This I forgot to make round kick. He make one square. This I forgot to make square kick there. You know, simple common sense. But the white man don't be get that. The white man don't be get that. You know. Now we create them. Around 1863, you know, based on emancipation, celebration, what they get. Because this man, if they work as a caterer also, now be a catering guy. They can invite them for weddings, them, etc. So this 1863 emancipation celebration, what they get. When you go there, you go see them cake they are all not form fine. All the cake they not get one super form. Now I say starting today, they go create something where they go to make sure say all them cake they are go form properly or go get their own shape. Biscuit cutter by a black man. Then aeroplane propeller they are. When they see say them propeller they are, now they make them plane they are, they grab, they fly, they go. Without the propeller, that plane not they go no side. I make you not believe that. Without the propeller, that plane not they go no side. Well, the white man starts for create the propeller. And now work. The triangle. And try. But who man died? He go attempt for takeoff. Huh? Now ground back if I don't so. But who man died? Pass what black man puts in aid for this business. Now black man puts in aid for create propeller. You know? James Adam. And he received a license for that, a patent license, around 1920. A new and improved propeller wings for the plane stem. James Adam. 2 months ago, they talk say the with the black man and able to build plane surf. But we help for create what we call propeller, so that we create the plane. Now we make this plane here fly. James Adam, a black inventor. You know, and he helped for improve the methods the way it can to propelling or propeller. You know, propelling. So then things say are on need for no. Baku, other things they do, what black man creates. Baku. You know, but we'll just start for church some. You know, and as time progress, we will teach you now or pass on more knowledge. But if we don't do what we do so, and I'll be truthfully honest to now, all the information's there, then are the media. But not all man go able to read them and understand them. Not all man go able to watch them. All the information, so they talk say that they hide information from we. You know, they know I make sure we get the information. Well now, they need to hide the information from we, but they're still able to control and fool we and confuse we. Why? Even on the information they before we ISO, they're still able to confuse and fool we. So now I make this a priority. For all what information then we eyes them, they are around we. But if we not present and they kind of way they are, the people that not will understand or get the idea or the knowledge wouldn't deserve forget. You know? So we need for reiterate, we need for redo and continue to reinforce. For make sure say even that layman understand say black man valuable. That layman know say black man we inventive, we creative, and you know we not say any kind of man no more for just they treat any kind of way. You know, we are important that we societies them. You know, very important. Now I make I do what I do so. Now boy again tells Muslim servant, aka Webeko, the face of Salo, the face of the green white Tamlo, the face of the people them. We not stay blessed.